What is going on, everyone? My name is Victoria.
Hello, my name is Ian, and you're watching RadioActive.
Welcome to RadioActive. My name is Victoria, and today I'm very excited because I get to introduce RadioActive's new co-host, Ian. How are you doing, Ian?
Hey, what's going on? I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited to be filming this episode today. And today is going to be an introduction all about you. We're going to learn everything that we want about you today. So I guess let's just start off by talking about where you're from, what you do, stuff like that.
Okay. So my name is Ian Troy Eldridge. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. I was born, I'm not too entirely sure where I was born, but I know that I was raised in a town called Oakville, Missouri. It is in the outskirts of South County, kind of 20 minutes away from St. Louis. I mean, if you're driving down, there's a joke that runs around in my area. Depending on where you're driving or where you're kind of at, you can see the arch practically from from the road that you're taking. And the joke is, oh, hey guys, look, it's the arch. Look at that. It's right there. And the person sitting next to you will be like, uh-huh. Yeah, we see it every day, dude.
Yeah.
But for someone who's from out of town, it's really cool. But for us, it's like, oh, hey, look, it's that big object that we see every day.
I feel that. Where I'm in the town I'm from, we have like a mini Eiffel Tower, and people that come here think it's the coolest thing ever, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's cool when they put it up, but now it's just whatever. I see it every day.
The mini Eiffel Tower?
Yes. I don't know how tall it is, but it's definitely not as tall as the real one. Yep.
That's actually kind of cool, though.
People have actually like climbed it.
I mean, then again, people have like, oh, you climbed it?
I didn't, but people have. There's been people that I know that have climbed it. So it's like it's tall, but it's not super, super tall.
Sure.
I wouldn't climb it. I'm terrified of heights. So
I mean, you're terrified of heights.
Oh yeah, I hate heights. I really don't like them.
Have you ever been on a plane?
No, I've not. But honestly,
You've never been on a plane?
No, I have not. But I feel like a plane may be different. I don't know. It's when I'm in, like, say I have to like climb up a ladder or something, that sketches me out because there's nothing around me. A plane, I'm sitting in in the plane, right?
Right. So it wouldn't really faze you if you got on an airplane versus like a ride at an amusement park or something.
Yes, like I shouldn't say that. I was on one roller coaster, but it was a little kid roller coaster, so it really wasn't that scary. But other than that, I've never been on a roller coaster. And yeah, I don't really like heights. Like at the fair, they always have like a boat ride and it goes like this. It like rocks back and forth. And I don't know, that kind of even sketches me out. But yeah. No heights
I'll tell you something interesting. I think I could kind of map out in my head what you're talking about. So, at Six Flags St. Louis, it used to be open. I'm not entirely sure if it is or not. Andy Biersack would really like this. It is called the Joker, right? And if I can kind of map out in my head, like I said, what you're describing to me, it's like on these metal bars, and it's a boat. Kind of looks like a smile, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll go up and down.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm
just
talking
like
about.
that. I'm not sure if it's still open or not, but it was there.
I mean, that ride is even like okay, but once you like, that ride that takes you all the way up and then drops you?
Yes, I love those.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
are my favorite.
That one's all right. Like, it was like, okay, I did it once, and now I'm done doing it. I did it for the experience, and then after
Sure.
I was, nope, no more.
Sure.
For the people watching this, they may be like, hey, how did like these guys meet? So we met through Black Veil Brides, essentially, not the band, but through the community and the fans. So I guess what do you want to add to that?
So, if I recall correctly, um, it's crazy because she's absolutely right. Black Veil Brides, for those of you who don't know, I have actually been on a pod.
What?
It's a SpongeBob mug.
Yeah.
Let me see that. Ah! Oh, that makes me so happy.
The only problem is that
I
it's
love.
square. It's kind of hard to drink out of, but I love
Hey,
it.
there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Oh, that's so awesome. Where did you get that?
Spencer's.
Oh, I'm shocked. I can't go to the two Spencers that are well, there's actually one at the Galleria Mall, which is actually about 15 minutes from me. But there are two Spencers in the area that I shouldn't go to. I could, but I shouldn't. There's an ex-girlfriend that works there, and she actually kind of caused a scene recently when I had walked in trying to avoid her. I kind of like walked up to an employee and I kind of explained, I'm like, hey, there's a person that works here I really don't want to see. Will you please let me know if they're here? That way I can leave if they are, essentially. And they said, no, she's not here. You're good. I'm like, okay, I'm going to look around. 2 minutes later, guess who comes storming out of the break room coming after me? Yeah. And I left. I'm like, I'm not going to deal with this. So I left. And she blew my phone up like after it happened. It was this whole thing. And there are reasons why I tried to avoid her, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But Spencer's is like one of my favorite places to go look for stuff for like really goofy stuff. Like here, I'll demonstrate, and I'll go into the backstory of this too. One sec. Okay, so there's this little pig right here, right? And I actually tried to start my own podcast with a really good friend of mine named Tyler, and our co-host was this right here, and we would like pretend it was talking to us. We'd be like, "Oh, good point, Mr. Porker. Good point. Hey guys, this is our co-host, Mr. Porker. Say hello." Right? And I don't know. I got it from a Spencer's, and I just thought I still think it's the greatest thing ever. I love him so much, love him dearly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That thing's gonna make more
but
appearances
yeah,
on our
back
show.
to yes, he is going to make more appearances on our show. Absolutely. So kind of back to the backstory with Black Veil Brides and how I met you. For those of you who don't know, I was on a podcast called BVB Army Hearts to Hearts, and it is a show that was created by two very passionate fans named Ruth and Nicole. And how I think it kind of got started was Chris Biersack, the father of the lead singer of Black Veil Brides, was kind of I think approaching Ruth, and he was like, "Hey, I think you guys should start this up. I think it'd be really cool." And Ruth was like, "Absolutely, I'm on board." But I think they were missing a co-host, and then that's how Nicole was brought into the picture. It's a very beautiful thing. It's fantastic. I've been on there 4 times. I've actually submitted birthday videos for Chris Biersack and Jake Pitts. I've seen a few other episodes of their show that they have done. I actually was watching one with Cassidy the other day, and I kind of watched some more after that. I watched a few of the beginning episodes, and then I watched the one they did with Lonnie. That was really cool. Um, so through this podcast, right, BVB Army Hearts to Hearts, I began receiving a lot of very loving tweets from a bunch of people I didn't even know. And I even started talking to a young woman named Cassidy. And Cassidy just really touched my heart. She sent over Black Veil Bride stickers and pictures that she had created. She is a very talented young woman. I highly recommend you go check her out if you haven't already. She has an Etsy account and it is very nice. All of these things in mind, Cassidy, I believe, was the person that you, Victoria, had first brought up when introducing yourself to me.
Yeah, indeed it was. Because it was right after your guys' meetup from the Trinity of Terror tour in Cincinnati. And then right after that is when I found you on social media, which was through Cassidy's tweet. So,
oh, God bless her. God love her.
Yeah, and I just find it
she's a peach.
And I just find it crazy how like I don't know, I've loved so many bands, but I feel like I've never been in a community that has been so nice as the Black Veil community has been, as far as, you know, people reaching out to other fans and like promoting their artwork or, you know, whatever they're doing. So, especially on Twitter, I feel like that's a very strong community over on Twitter, especially because Chris Biersack is kind of on there helping promote stuff as well.
Oh, absolutely. I could not agree more. I do not, I don't think I know any other band with a community of fans, a family, mind you, that is so passionate about the music that the band makes. Um, you know, Black Veil Brides has seen me through some very dark nights. If I ever felt like I was going to break down or start sobbing, I could always turn to Andy, Jake, Jinx, Lonnie, and Cece. Unfortunately, for a good chunk of time that I have known and loved Black Veil Brides, uh, there's a joke in Hearts to Hearts I make. We call him Bruno. I think we all know. So Bruno is a character from the Disney movie Encanto, and we don't talk about Bruno. And we all know if you're a Black Veil fan, you all know we
You know
all know
Bruno.
who Bruno is, right? And
Yep.
Lonnie is 10 times the musician Bruno will ever be, and he is, oh man, he's fantastic. I love him so much.
Gotta agree there. Lonnie has made the band like so much better. Not that they weren't good before, but he just adds such a good element to the band now. So they're just, I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like, unstoppable now since day one of him joining that band.
yeah. I would argue that Jinx adds in the classical
Mm-hmm.
element to the band. I would argue that Lonnie adds in the groove,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense at all. He is a
Mm-hmm.
very groovy guy. Like I don't know if you've seen pictures of him and his beautiful wife, Rita, but oh my God, they're so put together. They like the clothing that they wear. He was wearing this awesome coat the other day. Um, and they just both looked fantastic. They looked great. Um, he cleans up really good. He's a very sharp looking gentleman.
Mm-hmm. Especially with that new haircut. When he cut his hair, I was like, that's the haircut. You guys stick with that one. My favorite Lonnie haircut.
Mm, mm, and in addition to that, I watched him come out on stage for VIP. I took one look at his arms. I'm like, damn, have you been lifting weights, my guy?
I know I saw those pictures that Cassidy had posted when she took pictures with them, and they were like this, and I was like, holy crap, dude. He's just ripped.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so
No, he is jacked.
he is. It's very true. So with this podcast with you and me now, we'll be doing probably a lot of, you know, Black Veil Brides content along with a bunch of other stuff, music related and non-music related. And I'm very excited to do all that stuff. But we'll get back on track here. and talk about you some more.
Sure.
um, so can you just tell me some things that you would want people to know about you, like favorite bands, favorite music genre, some facts that people may be surprised to learn about you?
I I'm sorry. I gotta tease you about this. I love the way that you say certain things because you're Canadian. It's really fun. I love it. Because I'll say this. A lot of people say that people from the Midwest, especially from St. Louis, apparently we talk a certain kind of way. And for those of you who don't know what this is, dabbing someone up is how we say hello, like, oh, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
And it's this motion right here.
yeah.
And I go out of state and I go to do that to somebody, and they're like, hi, how are you? How's it going? Nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh, hi.
See, we do that here
um,
too. Like I've had friends in high school that would do that. So like we know what that means here. I don't know in any other cities, but
oh,
here
really?
here we're in Saskatchewan. I've that's a common thing that people do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. I very much want to go to Canada someday. I hear nothing but good things. I think growing up I actually drove through Canada with my parents and grandmother, but don't quote me on that. I'll have to ask my mother.
It's all right. I mean,
I'll have to ask my mother.
I like it. I could do without it being so cold and windy sometimes, but other than that, I mean, it's all good. Saskatchewan's just really windy. But if you go to Vancouver, it's beautiful, like all season.
I would not mind the cold, honestly. I prefer it over all of the heat that comes with St. Louis. It's a little unbearable at times. Some interesting facts about me. I actually really relate to Andy. The more and more I have learned about him, whether it be through his father, who's actually a good friend of mine, and he actually knows Victoria as well. Uh, I've been reading his book, They Don't Need to Understand. I have finished, I think, the fifth or sixth chapter today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I actually really relate to Andy a lot. So I am also an only child. Um, I I grew up really close to my mother and father too. I actually did end up spending a lot of time with my father as I got older. He has played a very big, crucial role in my life. So much like Andy and Chris worked hard for Black Veil Brides, my father has worked hard to ensure that I maintain my car, that I have help with my schoolwork, and that he actually works for the university I'm currently attending right now, the University of Missouri St. Louis. He's worked for that college for 35 years. And he also, so it's funny, he also, so we have gone to the same high school, the same community college, and the same university. So he's played a pretty big, crucial role in my educational life. Much like Chris has helped Andy with the band.
Mm-hmm.
My dad would come up with me to campus whenever I needed to make a payment or get my books. He would take me to lunch. We go see movies together like every Tuesday. Much like Andy, I have struggled in school my entire life. I still do. I'm 23 years old and I still kind of have trouble. But I do not get discouraged at all because I know that all the hard work is going to pay off someday.
Mm-hmm.
So an interesting fact about me is that growing up, I mentioned this in the episode with Cassidy, but growing up, I was actually diagnosed with autism at a pretty young age. But I ended up hearing someone tell my mother he's not autistic. He is on the spectrum, but he's not autistic per se.
Hmm.
Um, some of my favorite bands are obviously, I mean, with as much as we talk about them, Black Veil Brides. Number two, for a long time they were neck and neck. It's always been Black Veil Brides is number one for me. They were my gateway band. They are the once I heard Knives and Pens, I was given a key to unlock a gateway of sorts to a realm of all things alternative and emo and edgy and stuff, and I was just fascinated with it all. I
Hmm.
would watch Black Veil Brides music videos, Falling in Reverse, Asking Alexandria, a band called The Letter Black. Um, that was another one that had some really cool ones in high school. Um, Pierce the Veil, In This Moment, and
Hmm.
later, my senior year, Motionless in White. Um, so number two has always been a tie until recently when they dropped Scoring the Ending of the World. Scoring the End of the World. Scoring the End of the World,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes. I Number two is Motionless in White, and number three is Ice Nine Kills. I love both of these bands to pieces, but they've always been kind of neck and neck for second for me. And it's not a contest, but Motionless in White has been around for me longer than Ice Nine. Ice Nine Kills, actually, I started listening to them in college. Um, it was my freshman year at Merrimack, and I went to Warped Tour, and I saw them when they were really getting the whole, hey, we're doing a horror themed album based on horror movies.
Hmm.
Go check out some of our merch. Come check us out, please. We would love the support. And I fell in love ever since. Um, because my favorite genre of movie, my favorite TV show genre, book is horror. I have always been I've been a huge horror fan my entire life, and a lot of that stems from my father. My
Hmm.
father has introduced me into a lot of the culture that I absolutely enjoy. Um, the main thing being like Edgar Allan Poe, Vincent Price, scary movies, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. It's kind of, and it's just really cool. When I heard that Black Veil Brides, Motionless in White, and Ice Nine Kills, when I heard they were touring together as a unit, I almost, pardon my language here, I almost shit my pants. And it's just so cool that they're doing three parts of it.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like good because it makes me feel like they're becoming close with each other.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's really cool because if you don't know, I'll tell you, dear viewer, Black Veil Brides has been a band that has been harassed and hated for years and years and years and years, for little to no reason at all. As heartbreaking as that is, it's the truth. And if you're an avid fan like me, you'll understand um, a lot more about the band as you read Andy's book. Maybe if you have a conversation or two with Chris, you'll kind of really start to get a picture of some of the hurtful things that have been thrown Andy's way, the band.
Hmm.
But yeah, I feel like I've been rambling on for like
Oh,
5 minutes.
you're good. That's the point of this episode. I also just want to add one thing about Ice Nine Kills. I absolutely love like the Welcome to Horrorwood, like all like the whole theatrical stuff that they have with that and like their stage performance. But I'm not a fan of horror movies. But I do really,
Really?
I really like the idea of how they turned songs from horror movies though. Like I think that that is super cool. And they did a really good job for their stage presence on how they have like each song as a story. I think that's super cool.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
I know we were talking earlier and mentioning how we kind of want to make it a safe environment for people to come and just be able to hang out with us and just relax, right?
Yes.
And I know that that was kind of you brought that point up. So you just want to maybe expand on that idea a little bit?
Sure. Sure. Um, much like what uh what Andy wanted to kind of create from Black Veil Brides, from what I understand. And you can actually kind of hear some of this at the end of the video for Unbroken. Andy kind of talks about how he wants this to be a safe space, a safe haven, a community for people who kind of struggle, whether it be, struggle with getting bullied or struggle with anxiety, maybe thoughts of suicide, whatever it may be that you are facing or fighting in this life. Victoria and I want you to know that you're not alone here. And a lot of that inspiration for me comes from Andy, Black Veil Brides. My grandmother on my mother's side of the family, especially, was a big part of my life for 17 years. She was a very big part of my life. And I also look up to my mother in that aspect too. She is a very kind woman. She's very fun and quirky, and we love her. My father, although we might not agree on the same ideologies, I still really respect him because he is a very driven man. He is very, hey, let's get it done, but we want to get it done right,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it may be.
Right.
Um, so if you are someone who is scared or someone who feels alone, um, you are more than welcome to talk to me or Victoria. If you want to like DM us, I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't promise you that I'll pick up my phone, but I can promise you that I will be here if you need any sort of advice at all.
Agreed. And I have to agree with you too with like, Andy helping, you through stuff. I know the whole band has done the same thing for me. And I discovered Black Veil Brides around the same time that this podcast started happening. And I actually got like kind of inspired from the Andy show. And that's kind of something I always wanted to take on with like a co-host. And it's something I hope that you and me can both kind of achieve because I know watching the Andy show that's so funny and it always made me feel like 10 times better after watching an episode. So I kind of hope to achieve the same thing with this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you and me, we're going to try, for anyone watching this, we are going to try and do 2 episodes a month. So if you subscribe, we got some good ideas.
Yeah. Have a lot. We have a lot of really good ideas. So we've just been kind of bouncing back and forth on each other, like, hey, this is a really cool thing. What do you think? Um, yeah, no, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be really exciting.
Agreed. So, shall we wrap up this episode with our trivia? Me and
Yes. Okay, we're
Ian,
doing
we are going to
5,
do,
right?
yes, 5 trivia questions each. Canadian trivia versus American trivia. So, do you want to start or do you want me to ask you first?
Ladies first.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yes, ma'am.
This should be the easiest one. Should be. When is Canada Day? Is it July 4th, June 1st, or July 1st?
I'm gonna go with. Oh man. See, June, I think, marks the beginning of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And when you think of July, you kind of think, oh, the 4th of July is coming up. So I want to go with June 1st.
Nope.
July 1st.
It's July 1st.
Damn. Which, I mean, kind of makes sense. Is, July 4th is Independence Day, and I guess Canada is kind of like up there too. So it wouldn't surprise me that they're like really close.
Yeah.
All right, here's one for you. This is a St. Louis themed question.
Okay.
In St. Louis, there is a haunted attraction known as the Lemp Mansion. For those of you who are unfamiliar, the Lemp Mansion is well, it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a mansion. It is said to be haunted. A lot of the members of the Lemp family, it's pretty graphic and pretty morbid. I want to warn the viewer in advance. A lot of the members of the Lemp family actually shot themselves. There were a lot of suicides involving the family, and that's how a lot of the members died. It's very morbid and very graphic, but it is a very interesting historical piece to St. Louis. That being said, there was a member of the family. He was a little boy, and they called him. It's actually really sad. They called him the monkey-faced boy or something like that. He was born with a disease known as Down syndrome, I believe, and he was kept away in the attic, sadly enough, which I believe is where he passed away. Um, so it is said to be the attic. This is the attic we're talking about. The attic is said to be haunted by William Jr.'s illegitimate son. True or false?
True.
Yes. I kind of gave that one away.
That's okay. Easier for me.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm kind of wanted to give that one because it's hard. You're not going to know that unless you're from St. Louis and you've like kind of done some research. Go ahead. You're next.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
In Canada, what is a loonie? Is it a bird, a coin, or a Canadian food dish?
Bird.
Wrong.
Damn.
It's a coin. That's our $1 coin, and I have one right here for you to look at. It's because it has a loonie on it. You can't really see. Or it's got a loon on it, sorry.
What a loon is a bird?
A bird. A loon is a bird, so these are called loonies because there's a loon on it. And this is a toonie because it's two loonies. It's a $2 coin.
I'm butchering this so far, and you're doing really good. All right, I'll do another kind of. Well, this is actually more of a celebrity. Actor Heath Ledger passed away at age 28 from a severe car accident. True or false?
False.
You are right. Okay. What do you think is false about that statement?
I don't know. Wait, how old did you say?
So, the question is, actor Heath Ledger passed away at age 28 from a severe car accident.
I'm gonna say, I don't know, the age. Is that wrong?
So you were right in the statement was false, but he, all right, so the answer is false. Though he did pass away at age 28, it was a drug overdose that killed
Okay.
him.
So I was half right. I was
Mhm.
technically right, just not all the way right.
Technically, you were.
Technically, I was. Okay.
I gotta have a little redemption.
So we're at 2-0 at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. In treat form, what are Smarties? Is it candy? Or is it is it colored candies? Or is it colored chocolates?
Well, in America, it's colored candy. So I feel like I'm gonna kind of reverse it here. Is it colored chocolates?
Yes. We call so in America, your guys's Smarties are Smarties in America are what we call rockets here.
Oh, really?
Yes. And these are Smarties. I grabbed a pack to even show you.
Oh, what? That's so cool. All right. I guess that's me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, George Washington can be quoted as saying, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." True or false?
True.
False. It was Abraham Lincoln who coined that phrase.
Next one I have is how many points does the maple leaf on the Canadian flag have? It's either 8, 11, or 13.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
No.
Shit. Wait, okay. It's the Canadian leaf?
Yeah, on the flag. The leaf, how many points are on
Hold
that
on
leaf?
1 second. Okay. So you had okay, run that by me again. Run me by that.
How many points does the maple leaf on the Canadian flag have? Is it 8, 11, or 13?
Damn. Okay. Let me see. Let me think here for a minute. Oh man. Oh geez. 8.
Nope. It's 11.
11?
Yeah.
What? Hold on. I'm gonna Google this. Okay. You said the Canadian leaf?
Yeah, look up just Canadian flag and then count the points on the leaf.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, doggone it. 3-1, right?
Yeah.
3-1?
Yeah.
I'll keep the theme of Halloween going here. My father actually told me this one. True or false? The mask Michael Myers wears in the movie Halloween is based off of the face of actor William Shatner.
True.
You got it.
Yes. What is the capital city of Canada? It's either Ottawa, Vancouver, or Montreal.
I want to say Vancouver or Montreal. It's got to be one of those two. Vancouver.
No, it's Ottawa.
What?
Yep.
Oh man. All right. I'm gonna stump you. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you here. Okay. Here we go. The movie Kill Bill Volume 1 was directed by Quentin Tarantino and was his 6th movie. his sixth. True or false?
True.
False. It was his fourth film.
I still won.
You still won. You still won.
You did stump. I never win at trivia.
I think, you know what? This was actually kind of cool. We should do this again.
Mm-hmm. I think we should.
How we do it once a month.
Yes. And we can do different topics.
I feel like I want a redemption. I want a chance at redemption. So like could we do this theme again next month?
Yes, we can.
So Ice Nine
right.
Kills is the merch that I've decided to wear today. For those of you who don't know, another fun fact about me is I am currently learning American Sign Language. So ASL, sign language. Okay. So, Ice Nine Kills is right here. So it's like nails on a chalkboard, right? Ice, you got it.
Okay.
And then, so I'm going to count you through the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is number 9.
Okay.
So let's do it together. Ice. 9.
Mm-hmm.
Kills. Just like point down. Yeah, there you go. Kills.
Okay,
right?
got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you sign Ice Nine Kills in ASL. The next episode, I will probably do a Motionless and White hoodie t-shirt. I also learned Beartooth, so I might do that.
Yeah.
I love Beartooth.
At the end of every episode, we will sign a different band. Ian, I'm very excited to have you on the show, and it's going to be great. I'm very excited for everyone to see all the great ideas and episodes that we have coming up. It's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely.